This is just for fun, this part. Just kind of watching how 1 minute reacts. On the 5 minute, this would be a nice play for me. I'm telling you, man, I might need to switch to the 1 minute. Dude, the market's violent right now. Look at this, it's just ripping around. only half serious, but kind of serious. I gotta open up my horizon to the 1 minute. The amount of things I see, but I won't take because, oh hey bro, what's going on? Frick. Like I was sitting here and I was like, hey, look at that double top wick. I bet you we're gonna get it pushed down. But I just watch it because the 1 minute's not in my plan right now. It's supposed to be just 5 minute. I watch the 1 minute kind of for fun. But there's too much on here, man. Like, yeah, anyways. It requires back testing. So what's going on, man? Where are you from? How long you been trading? One bro may set up any help. Wait. One? What's the one? How long you been trading? 1 year? Bro, say me set up, I need help. Okay, so here's, if you've never followed my channel, I preach and I am passionate about keeping things extremely simple. Here are a few setups you could consider that have all worked for me at one point. I have back tested most of these, and you can make money with them if you show up consistently and just execute. And do you have an issue with over trading or moving stop losses or getting frustrated at losses? Do you ever revenge trade? Because that's another topic I can help you on. But I'll keep this simple. I like wicks on the 5 minute. I only trade the US 30. That's simply because that's what I'm familiar with. And I like wicks. So, for example, you could have a strategy that says, when the 5 minute pulls back to the moving average, this is just a 9, 13, and 20. They're not special, you can choose anything. And it reacts off of it, so you wait for the candle to close. Be honest, now you use that. I watched your... Wait. Last week I lose my funded. Ooh. Your funded account? Like it was passed? And if the answer is yes, why? Did you figure out why? Like, in order to lose it, you must have lost too much in a day or lost too much in a week or like in total. So was the strategy bad or did you over risk? Be honest now, you use that? Use what? What I'm talking about right now? There's a slight lag in the conversation. I wish I could turn on your mic. Here's what I'm currently using. Well, yeah, okay, so I'm using Funded Next. That's the prop for my use. I've used them for 3 years. And I'm using primarily the 5 minute time frame, and I'm waiting for price to react off of anything. So for example, if this happened live, I love wicks. If you watch wicks long enough, if you watch this play out, now this is the middle of the night. I can't trade this. Look at, like, this is not a coincidence. Is this a freaking joke? Like, look at this. Bro, how can I talk with you for 5 minutes? Like on the phone? I don't know. Just to get like a Facebook Messenger call or something. But honestly, dude, like, hold on, I gotta make sure I'm not missing something. This is what I like to trade. So I wait for something like this, okay, at the open. So if this candle, see, look at this red candle, goes up, I usually like a pair of them at the time frame I trade. So just the one is not me taking it. If this candle rips back down and gives me another red candle with a big top wick, I am in. I'm taking my trade. And then here's what I do. Keep it super simple. If this closes back down red, okay? So bro, can you type checklist of the setups? Okay, we can try that out. Okay, I've never done this before on my stream, but let's try this out. Okay, so we're assuming the basics, you're showing up at the same time every day looking for, okay, so that's step one. I don't know how this works throughout the rest of the day. Oh yeah, see, this could be interesting. So I personally do 5 min. Okay, number one, 5 min time frame. This is what I do. Let's say double wick slash tweezers, they call them. Wait for candle close. Enter with market order. Okay, hold on, this could be something. The only thing I don't like about this play right now is I don't usually like when the wick breaks the one before. However, I do like the look of that. No, I can't take this one because it's not supposed to break the one before. That's too bad. Okay. Enter with market order. Stop on other side of previous candle. Oops, can't spell, man. There's no spell check on here. Guys, I'm showing you my education. I'm not a good speller. Let's pull up, one sec here. Let me pull something up. What am I missing here? One sec. Oh, yeah, there it is. So, previous candles in like the candle. Okay, here's another thing. This is the thing why it's hard for me to write this out. Look at this. Look at this. This has already given up so much of the move. I don't want to get in at the end of that. I don't know if that makes sense. It's already moved so far. I'd like to wait for the next opportunity. Like this thing just ripped. Okay, it's only 75 pips, but like in context of the rest of the candles, it's huge. Okay. Profit. Target. 1-to-1 R. Always. Okay, I hope this makes sense. I'm on the 5-minute time frame, so these look like a lot of steps, but they're not really steps. They're just... I'm on the 5-minute time frame. I wait for a double top, wicks. The reason I'm not getting this one is because... First of all, this is too big. It's because this one broke the high of the last one, and I find it's less... Like, this is a good example. If this closed with a nice tweezer, I'd get in. It did break the low just slightly, but I don't really count that. Okay, I only get in on candle closes. So this is the framework. I'm on the 5-minute. I wait for a double wick or tweezer. I enter with a market order. stops on the other side of the candle, and I do a 1-to-1. Okay, this is the rough framework. But the thing is, there's still other things I look for. Like it's nice to see that this is reacting off of these levels. That's still a pro. It's not required though, because if I see, look, if we were trading right here, okay, it doesn't matter what's on the left, price is reacting to something. There are buyers buying this up. So you might say, I got a red one, I got a green one, I got 2 wicks, I'm getting in. Boom, gives you push up. You might be okay taking just the single. These are called like bottle rockets, like shooting stars. This candle right here. This one right here. Where that was a red candle, it's going down, and then it pushes up and closes green. Well, what pushed it up? Buying pressure did. So my strategy is just price reacting, and I get in. Like, that's it. Like, but see, I don't like to get in. I don't like to get in on the middle. If there's a move up here, don't be getting in here. So I like tops of the moves, but not the tip top. That's impossible. I'm waiting for like a, this 5-minute candle technically was the start of it pushing down, but you would have got stopped out here. So I wait for the double. If this thing closes green and nice, I mean, now you're within trend. That's pretty sweet. You're on top of the moving averages. You bounced off the. So here's another thing. This is the 5-minute range. Tell when I enter on the chart. Yeah, well, I will when I'm here. If you've never found me yet, I'm not the best trader out there, but I am a no BS trader. Like, it just is what it is. I'm going to show you when I enter, exit. Let's get back to the bigger question though. Why did you blow your account? Like, how did it happen? How many losers did it take for you to blow your account? And what was did you hit your daily drawdown? Did you hit your overall drawdown? And did you do that because you were risking too much? Or was the strategy so bad that it organically blew? That's some of the big questions. Also, I use this software MT4. I don't know any other software. And this tool it'll set my stop and profit. You can make it go auto break even. So that's what I'm trading, bro. But I think it's important you also see, like, you could do a reaction off a moving average strategy. It can work. It depends. It won't work every morning. Like right now, it's trading quite trendy. If we get the right push off of this level, I might take it. What I don't like is if I'm going long. Now I think you should go entry after this candle. It's okay. Watch this. Okay, see this wick right now? See this? It could win. It could win. Here's my fear. That this happened, okay? And this big tall wick. I know this sounds a little crazy, but look. See, watch this pushing down. A candle like this. So, okay, if you're going long, a candle that looks like this one is better than this one, okay? And the reason is this candle had 0 sellers in control. It pushes down with sellers, and the buyers push it up with confidence, and there's no top wick. This one comes down, pushes up, and what's happened? It reacted. So sellers are pushing it down. It doesn't mean it can't win. Like, this could win. But all these little tweaks are things I've just noticed over the years of backtesting that will increase the odds. Because here, I'm not looking at the bigger picture, 1 hour, 4 hour, that stuff, I find it overcomplicates it. How am I supposed to make sense of all this crap? Okay, I'm gonna delete this now. Well, I guess it's fine, but we definitely need to shrink it. Way too big. Yeah, so, okay, here's some other things. Like engulfing right now. What do you... there's no engulfing candle yet. Engulfing candle has to close. Okay, so look, this one won. Okay, so this idea that you said you should get in right now, dude, it won. So there's two things you could think about. One, technically every trade has a 50-50 chance of winning, roughly. Like, if you just blindly bought and sell every day, there's should be roughly 50% win rate. Only reason I didn't get in this was just I'm still human, and there's fear of this top wick reacting here. But don't get me wrong, that's a nice reaction off the moving averages. It just depends, man. I'm still human. It's still stuck in the 5-minute range. There's all these things I'm seeing. The green and red line is the first 5-minute range. When price is stuck in the 5-minute range, it's not the best price action to trade. These are all these little things. The other thing is, look at this. We're in the dead middle of yesterday's daily high and yesterday's daily low. This is not the best spot to be trading. Can you show me last trade of yourself? Yeah, man. Well, actually, I took it yesterday. Yesterday on the 1 minute, which is not supposed to be part of the plan. Yesterday, I took this. This was a wick trade. So I was getting nothing on the 5-minute. The 5-minute was not showing me anything. So I waited patiently with the 5-minute. Nothing's happening. Then, I believe it's right here. I have to go back to my MT4 history. One sec. 1718, so it should have been. Look at that. I can show you to the time. So the time, it's different time zone, but look at 18-minute. So I took it on this candle right here. Nope, that's 05. I'm sorry. Yeah, there you go. So it's off by a minute, but I would have entered the next candle. So see what that line is? So let's talk about this strategy. What kind of strategy is this? I waited this whole time, chilling. Okay, chilling. Not to mention, I started noticing these wicks. I considered going short. I considered longing here, but I didn't. So I get a double bottom, but something was just not confident yet. Comes up. Finally, I get this candle. So let me move the line now. And it's now 1, 2. It's like a triple bottom. Is it other strategy? Yeah, that's another strategy. Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to be honest with you. My strategy is price reacting off of levels. That can look like different things. So, is this price reacting? Yeah, it did a triple bottom. It's reacting off levels. It's just price action. There was a time when I used to be super rigid, where I will only take a candle that looks like this. The problem is, I don't think the market's always like that, right? Like, I don't think it's always going to look the exact same every time, but I'll try to show you some 5-minute ones, like based on the strategy I just told you about. This is going to be tough for me to remember, man. Now I'm just going off of memory. I don't think I traded this day either. I had no trade on Friday. Now, if you were an engulfing trader, I used to trade engulfs. Dude, I'm gonna freaking show you something. Okay, I got something for you. Hold on, I still have to keep the real chart here. 1 sec. Okay, I'm gonna show you some back testing that is factual. And give me 1 second, I'm just pulling it up. I just want to show you that it doesn't matter. It matters what strategy you pick, but yet it doesn't. Like, so many can work. Look at this. I'll be super quick. Watch this. Okay, dude, this is straight up. I back tested this, and it's freaking factual. If you took the first engulfing candle, 7 a.m. onward, PST, so like 7 a.m. just hit for me, 7 a.m. right now, okay? It averaged 24%. It only has a 57.6% win rate. 1-to-1R. Sounds like crap, right? 24% over how many months? Let's call that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 24. So you're averaging like 2 to 3% a month. That's not a lot, right? But 2 to 3% on a 200K challenge. Or let's just use a 100K challenge. It costs you $500. That's $2,000 to $3,000 a month. $2,000 to $3,000 a month. So that's why my question was, all of these all worked. These are all strategies I've tested. The bottom line is the 7 a.m. EG literally would just be this one. At 7 a.m., the first engulf candle you get after 7, you take it. And that would be stop. So it would mean price has to close above the last one. I accept it. I love it. Anyways, that could have been that one. You just would have gone like this. You wait for it to close. Stop at the other side. 1-to-1. Done. Once this candle closes. Anyways, the reason I moved away from that strategy is honestly, I go through a losing streak and then I would hop around for other strategies. No, 7 a.m. Vancouver Pacific time, so that would be 10 a.m. New York time. There's so many different ways you can do it, and every strategy I've ever made has been ridiculously simple because it's the way my freaking brain operates. I don't like complex trading strategies. I do not like showing up at the chart and saying, okay, I need to wait for the daily or the 4-hour to be this thing and happening here, and then I need a fair value gap to present, and then I need to wait for a pullback, and then I need to wait for the stars to align, and then I'll take a trade. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. I'm not that patient. I don't like confusion. I don't like second guessing. These wicks are simpler for me. 10 a.m. first engulf and enter 1R. Yeah, dude, that can make some money. That can make some money. But here's what it requires. It requires you to be okay taking losses. Like, you were going to get so many losses doing what I just said. But here's the thing. Okay, let's focus on column F. I'm going to do something for you. Just keep this really simple. Okay, look at this. Look at this column, okay? You got to change this number to 1,000 or 2,000 because all that matters is what size of account you get. Look at these losses. Can you handle taking 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%, 4 days in a row? You're like, what the heck am I even doing? What a waste of time, right? You're up 1, you're down 1. Then you get 3 more down. Then you're up 1. Then you're down 2. Okay, but watch how it plays out. Oh, now we get a winning streak. Now you went through probably the roughest patch on the entire strategy. But you still didn't blow the account. I get a 10% drawdown with my guys. Then price action starts to flip in your favor. Okay, and then you still go through a rough patch, and then it starts to, holy Hannah, look at this. And when the numbers play out long enough, you highlight this all, and you made 24% without blowing an account. How do I know you didn't blow an account? Because I'm allowed 10% drawdown with the accounts I use. Even starting from here, this is only a 3% drawdown. I'm a 4% drawdown, 1% drawdown. Even with all these losses, I'm now back to 5% drawdown. Like, can you sit through all that drawdown? That's the hard part. But if you just keep letting it play out, watch on the bottom right screen, it starts to add up. Okay, this is interesting. Let's talk about this in real time. Let's go back to live trading. I mean, you know, you actually, look, you called this out. You said maybe you should get in on this one. I probably should have. When this candle closed, reaction off moving averages, beautiful. So I missed that because, like, in the moment I was fearful of taking it because of the strong reaction up here. Now we've broken that high. If we get another one, I'll tell you, I'll commit to you, I'll take it. If this closes green with now 1, 2, 3, 4 wicks bouncing off these moving averages and bouncing off the 5-minute range low, I'm in. But in 2 minutes, this candle can change completely. Like, yeah, man. So 100%. The key is to never give up. Now, here's the thing. Have you ever seen the Shark Tank? Like, what if you truly have the worst idea in the world? No, in golf for me has to be side-by-side candles. It has to be a green flipped to red or a red flipped to green. Okay, so this, the only in golf I see, like on the screen, well, not on the screen, let's say I went like this. This is the only in golf right here, this one here. So a green candle dethroned the red candle and it closed higher than the last one. If you look up the definition of an engulfing candle, it's not factual. Like, you're going to get different opinions of what some people could call this an engulfing candle, but I don't believe this is engulfing the green one. Like, this green candle went from here to here, that like it didn't close lower. That's just a requirement I made. And this candle, it's not engulfing anything. It's continuing down from this, but in order for this to engulf this red candle, would have had to close down. Some people say it just has to close lower than the body. I want the whole wick, but that's not to say it's right. That's just what I've chosen. So this one you can call an engulfing. It closed higher. It flipped from red to green. You could call this an engulf. You could call this an engulf, but that's what I'm calling it. I want price to this green candle, and this one closes lower than it. That's the main criteria for me. But again, like, it's not ideal to take them in the middle of the chart. Let's see what the 1 minute was doing, because I'm honestly, dude, there's tons of ideas you could choose. Like, look at these top wicks. Remember I just showed you on the previous charts about these top wicks? Where does every move, look where every move has started. Wicks, 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 top wicks. Now you could say there's a wick here, but there's also a big bottom wick. Oh, now I have two setups. Yeah, man. Look at this one. Dude, look at this. This is the 5 minute opening range. You get these double wicks perfectly in the same spot. Boom. Yeah, dude, do it, man. Do it. I have a few videos, if you scour my videos, I think, that talk about... I didn't even talk to you about the 5-minute opening range breakout, the orb. The strategy I traded for a long time. It did really well, but it can really struggle when it stops working. It can not do well, and it's hard to sit through that. Is the opening range breakout. So, super simply, this is the first 5-minute range, which is the first 5-minute candle. All I would do is wait for price to open and close outside of that range. So this does not count, this does not count, this does not count, and this does not count. This, if it closes red, would be the first opening range breakout. So if this candle that has opened outside the 5-minute range and it closes, it has to close red. That's the other one. Don't take a green one and go short. Closes red, stop at the other side, 1-to-1. Now, okay, that alone would get you like 55% win rate. If you want to make it to 60% win rate, this is based on my backtesting. If there's a bottom wick like this, you don't take it. Like a big bottom wick. Not a little bottom wick like say this one, but like a big strong buyer wick, you don't get to take it. You wait for the next one. All of these things I started noticing increase the win rate. I'll give you one more. If you took that strategy and you only took those trades if you only took shorts when you're close to yesterday's daily high or above it, and you only took longs when you get that play I just talked about, when you're down here, the win rate increased even more. So the win rate on the first one I was telling you about is like 55% win rate, 1-to-1R, which is still 2% a month. That's 24% a year. It's just math. If you get 20 trading days in a year, hold on, I gotta make sure there's no trade here. See, this might even be a trade. Look at this trending up really nice. Let me just think here. You could call this a demand zone. This is how that doily guy trades. He's got a demand here, it's breaking structure, and price came down, reacted to it. I might take this if this closes just like that. I gotta get the trade. I don't trade past 7:30, 10:30, New York time. So, and that's just because I have a family and a job I have to get to. Oh, how much of the win rate? So every time you add a confluence, I think it increases like 3 to 5%. So if you wait for price to open and close outside the 5-minute range and you take it blindly, you'll be like 53 to 55% win rate. If you skip the ugly ones, which is like a bottom wick, let's say you're going short and there's a huge wick going against you and you say, no, I'm not taking that. You'll increase it to like 57, 60% win rate. If you only take all of that I said, and you only take shorts when it's close to here and longs when you're close to here, bro, how past challenging with this strategy? I've passed challenges. This is live right now. I'll show you. But I might take this trade. Wick, off the moving averages. Oh, I'm not gonna do it. I'm still human, man. I would like a second one. I want a second one. But this could win, man. And I'm just the sucker not taking it. Now there was a time, let's see if this wins. I'm not in this, okay? I'm never gonna be the guy who like acts like I took it after. In funded, it's oh, I see what you're saying. So when you're live funded, 2 or 3% is good, but in phase 1 or 2, it's hard to get. Yeah, so you're right. So a couple things, like I only use, I don't know what I can't remember what you said, but Which prop firm are you with? I use these guys, and I'll tell you why. They actually give you a bonus once you hit. Okay, it used to be when you pass, but now it's not until you have to pass plus hit like 10%, which I know is a lot. But if you hit that threshold, your risk to reward they refund your fee on what you paid, so now you didn't pay anything for now look at this. I'm just a dummy now calling out things I'm seeing, and I'm not taking them. This thing's almost hit profit. Reacting off these. So what's the strategy called? Well, came back down, it reacted to these moving averages, has a nice bottom wick that's in line with these bottom wicks. Perfect. You could have made, you know, I think since we've been talking, I've pointed out like 2 or 3 things, but I'm still human and I didn't take it out of fear. It's silliness. I could have took like 3 good trades. But that's the psychological component of it, and maybe I'm slightly distracted doing the live stream. I'm trying to figure that out, if the live stream is impacting my trading. Because if I get into a conversation, which is good, I like talking to you guys. Look at that. It could have been $2,000 on the 200K account. If we want to be like silly and scale it up further, if you were so confident in your discipline, you could scale up with 5 200K accounts, and that could have been a $20,000 trade, right? No, that would have been 10 grand. If you had 5 200K accounts, 2 grand, 2 grand, 2 grand, 8 grand, 2, 4, 6, 8. It'd be 10 grand. Now, I would never do that. Like, you'd have to be wicked disciplined and like trust yourself that you'll never go on a gambling run where you move stops or cancel stops or abandon your strategy. But the point is, there's lots of simple moves that so far we could have took. So we avoided this one because it broke the high. That was a good decision. Then we talked about, like in real time, we talked about these bottom wicks. That was a winner. Then we talked about, we saw this big one, but it was just nothing, and that might have been a winner as well. Then we talked about this one. That's a winner. On the 1 minute, we've seen multiple moves. So the 1 minute's actually moving really nice. Let's just see if something comes up here. Bro, in one account, I can run 3 strategies. Of course. Yeah, definitely. The key is it's just a math game. How much are you allowed to risk per day? So with these guys, you can't lose more than 5% in one day. So if you followed my channel, I take 1 trade a day. I think that is absolutely the key. 100%. 1 trade a day. Why? It means I'll never lose more than 1% in a day. So the daily drawdown you're protecting. I also don't watch my trades. Okay, generally. I did last stream because I'm still human. But I'm attempting to not watch the trade. So when I get in, I close everything. 1 trade, whichever one I take. So again, I'm slowly evolving to call my strategy. Here's my strategy. I show up consistently at the same time every day. First of all, some guys can't even do that. They're all over the place. They're trading this time frame, that time frame, this indice, that stock, and they're all over the map. So focusing and narrowing on one thing alone, I think, is an edge. I trade 1 pair at the same time every day, which is this last hour. New York time, it's 9:30 to 10:30. And I wait. Here's my strategy. Wait for price to react. Actually, you could end it right there. Wait for price to react in something insignificant. Off of a level, off of a moving average, off of a range. Okay? But then the more details is like I wait for candle closures. I don't get in when there's no candle closure. That is my strategy. I've traded in the past where I take the opening range breakout only. I take the 7 a.m. engulf only. Now I'm mostly trading off of price reactions. I want to show you one more before you go. There's a guy. Yo, little investor, are you on the chat? There's a guy who comes onto my streams. And he showed me this indicator. And I'm not a big... If indicators will always go through backtesting for me. But he showed me this. There's something here. There's something here, man. If you want a visual... So this is called... MCB. It's a market cipher B. Dude, I'm being dead serious. I just want to show you something. I don't even know how to use this tool, but I pick things out now. And if you, again, okay, when this little wave thing is at the top, and this part's only a bonus. As a bonus, if you get a red selling dot or a green selling dot at the bottom, watch how many times you could have had a winning trade. Oh, I think my camera's lagging a bit. Might have too much open. Dude, that's no joke. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, look even just today. When did you get this red dot? Okay, you got it at this candle here. Well, I think you could have won on that. If you got in at the close, stop at the high. Okay, you just barely would have hit profit or just barely not hit profit. Maybe you went to break even after. I've also done strategies where I realize a stop loss is too big. So why didn't this trade win? The stop loss, if you capped the stop loss at say 50 pips or 40 pips, it could have won. I've done that too, where I've taken a strategy and said, okay, what if I shrink the stop loss? Because a bigger stop loss isn't safer. It's safer for nothing happening. But if you have a smaller stop loss, you don't need the index to go as far. I just need a small move to hit my 1%. So dude, you should pull this up, man. This is on my list, but I got a full-time job, wife, kids, like, I can't backtest everything I see, but this is something. I would love to get back to a factual system where I don't get to like think, shouldn't I take this one? Go back and look at this. Now this is not my time of day, but look at this, man. Like, I've only looked at it really in the daytime, but even here, like, boom, it comes down. You're waiting. You get your little green dot. You get it. Like, is it freaking incredible? What happened here? It was a little messier. So yeah, this one's a little messier now, but you can pair it with price action. You could say, I'm getting the signal, but this is horrible looking price action. Up, down, can't make its decision. You might skip it. I don't want to miss a trade though. Hold on here. Let's see what's going on here. I'm going to be honest, dude. This is bad price action. We are still in the 5-minute opening range. This is the 5-minute candle. We're still trading in it. So if you're on the 1 minute, you probably won better today. Like, it's flowing up and down within the 1 minute, but on the 5 minute, it's doing nothing. You gotta go. Yeah, dude. I hope this added some form of value. Yeah, dude, sounds good. I was debating doing the live stream, so if you're coming back, I'll do it. I'm almost hitting my 7:30 where I'm going to stop. Dude, I think I'm going to close MT4 because lot going on for it. So close some stuff maybe. Or maybe, can I save this one? Yeah, I'm gonna save this one. Close that. Just gonna do this one. So there's some other guy on the stream who hasn't talked yet. Where are you from, my friend? What's going on? See, this is classic, man. Like, not classic, just some days the 5 minute is just a mess, but within there. This guy's got some kind of badge next to his name. What does this mean? You know where I think I'd make more money is if I had the discipline to take multiple trades at lower risk and just stay chill, but I do best when I don't watch it. There's lots of moves within here. I haven't tapped into this yet. Oh, 2 minute. It would have been the 1 minute. Dude, I'm going for it. I'm gonna take one off for 1 minute. So after price moving super well on the 1 minute all day, of just reacting really nice